Okay, so I just filmed a tutorial for this makeup. I don't think it went that well, as I think I was far too zoomed out, and I just don't think it's worthy of being published, because I am a slight perfectionist, and if it's not right then I'm not going to publish something that I'm not happy with. So whether I publish that or not, I thought I'd make another video just as a backup in case it didn't go quite so well. So today I'm going to be talking about some of my favourite products that I use pretty much on a daily basis. And if you follow my Instagram, you will know that Sugar Pill is something that I use pretty much every single day. So here I have my Burning Heart palette by Sugar Pill. I love all the colours, they're really highly pigmented. The only colour that I don't find actually the greatest in this is the red. I find it's not quite as pigmented as all the rest, and it comes out almost a pinky colour first. Okay, next is my Sugar Pill Sweetheart palette, which includes some really nice blues and pinks, etc. The only fault I have with this is I find Dolly Pop, the pink, I have that in a single eyeshadow pot and in this palette. It often stains my eyelid or my eyebrows depending on what I've done with that eyeshadow. It's quite hard to get it off of your eyelid, so that's the only caution I have with that one. The next palette I use quite often is the Cold Chemistry palette. I usually just use Diamond Eyes, if I'm honest, or Soot and Stars, as they're my two favourites from that palette. Another palette I use quite often is the Illamasqua's Neutral palette. It's a really great one for neutral looks, as the colours aren't too pigmented, which is something you don't really want when you're trying to do a neutral look. So that's a really good palette. Next, which I do have a few faults with, is Illamasqua's Sculpting Powder Duo. I use that to highlight and contour my face, so I will use the top colour to highlight here, sometimes here, here and here, and the bottom colour I will use to contour here and here. And up here. The only faults I have with this is the top colour, which I believe is called Lumos. It often cracks, and it's kind of cracked in my bag before and made everything a bit blur. So that's my only fault with that. Next I'm going to move on to brushes and foundations, etc. Okay, so first of all, I get this quite a lot, what foundation do I use? Nowadays I use Studio Fix Fluid in NW10 by MAC. I used to use Studio Fix Powder Plus Foundation by MAC Cosmetics, but I found that they weren't high coverage enough, / I went through them like nothing. They just gone like that. I was hitting pan after like a month of use, whereas I haven't gone through one of these yet, which is really good, and I got this a number of weeks ago. To apply my Studio Fix Fluid, I use Illamasqua's highlighter brush. They come in these cute little cases, which I find is really great for keeping the form of the brush, and I have no faults with that. That is an investment. I would invest in this brush. I've had MAC foundation brushes before, and I don't find they're quite as good as these brushes, so that's an investment. What I use to apply my highlighting and contouring, etc. is this brush here, which is the Illamasqua contour brush. Again, it looks brand new, and I've had it for a number of weeks now. The form has kept perfectly. I think it's pretty much down to these cases here, which I keep them in. I have no faults with this brush either. It's perfect. None of the fibres have come out, which is really good, or hairs or whatever you want to call them, synthetic fibres. So that's again another investment. What I use to prime my face with is MAC's Face Protect Visage with SPF 50, I think. Yeah. So if you're pale or you just don't want to apply disgusting sun cream onto your perfectly foundationed face, then I would recommend that, as it's got SPF 50. If you're like me and you have ridiculously dry skin and stuff, that is also good for smoothing over like dry patches of skin and stuff like that, so another reason to buy it. So that's pretty much my favourites. I'm sorry I had to make this like a super quick video. I keep getting a full card on my camera, so I'm hoping that I will be able to finish this video before it dies again. Okay, thank you for watching my video. I might upload the tutorial. If not, then I'm very sorry. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please like below or subscribe, please. Till the next video.